In a small village nestled between rolling hills and lush green fields, there was a humble farmer named Aaron. He was known for his kindness, his honesty, and the gentle way he treated everyone around him. Even in times of hardship, when his crops failed or storms battered his home, Arun carried a quiet strength, a belief that what one gives to the world returns in kind. One day, while walking through the forest to gather firewood, Arun stumbled upon a wounded dog. Its leg was badly injured, and it whimpered in pain. Many would have turned away, but Arun's heart ached for the little creature. Without hesitation, he lifted the dog into his arms, carried it home, and nursed it back to health. He fed it scraps from his own meager meals and tended to its wounds, even as his own work piled up. Once strong enough to walk, the dog wagged its tail and bounded off into the wild, yet not before gazing back at Aaron with grateful eyes. Months passed, the seasons changed. Arun's harvest looked promising, and for the first time in years, he dared to hope for abundance. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. One evening, a fierce storm swept through the village. Lightning struck Aaron's barn, setting it ablaze. By the time the villagers arrived to help, the flames had devoured nearly everything. Crops, tools, and hard-earned stores were reduced to ash. Devastated, Aaron sat beside the ruins, his spirit battered. His neighbors, aware of his loss, offered what little they could, some rice, a few coins, kind words. Even so, the road ahead looked bleak. With winter approaching, Aaron worried not just for himself, but for the animals in his care and the old mother he supported. One morning, as the sun crested the hills, Aaron heard a commotion outside. He opened his door to find a wealthy merchant standing with a caravan of helpers. At the merchant's feet sat the very dog Aaron had rescued, wagging its tail with excitement. The merchant explained that the dog had saved his life, leading him away from a bandit's ambush deep in the forest. Grateful beyond measure, the merchant had followed the dog for days, hoping to find its master. Moved by Aaron's compassion and integrity, the merchant offered him not only enough money to rebuild his farm, but also a partnership. He would provide Aaron with seeds, tools, and a fair share of the profits from trading Aaron's crops in distant markets. The villagers, hearing of Arun's good fortune, rejoiced. They saw in him a testament to the power of kindness, and many were inspired to show similar compassion in their own lives. Years passed, and Arun's fortunes flourished, yet he never forgot the lesson the universe had shown him, that every action, no matter how small, ripples outward, returning in ways we cannot always foresee. He continued to help those in need, not for reward, but because it was right. The story of Aaron and the dog became legend in the village, told and retold around fires and at family gatherings. Children grew up hearing how a simple act of kindness had transformed not just one man's fate, but the entire community's spirit. Through Arun's example, they learned that what we sow, we reap. That karma, like the turning of the seasons, is a force both gentle and mighty. So remember, what you give to the world, your kindness, your honesty, your care, will find its way back to you, often when you least expect it, and in ways more powerful than you can imagine.